Howdy, good people. Just got a few little things to send up to Brisbane this morning. I still love delivering stuff. I don't know why. 312 total qualified leads yesterday across Australia. On average, about 1.5 per business. Oh no, sorry, no. Two and a half per business. 2.5. Sorry, I said 1, didn't I? Now, this is mostly tradespeople and handymen as well. These leads can be worth, $400. Lawn mowing is like $300 to $400 for a. And the great thing is that picks up all the traffic on Google
Head
Business.
Jack Nicklaus Way.
Whoop, turn that down. It picks up all the Google Business Profile traffic. Some have used it in the Facebook auto reply feature, the instant reply I think it's called, or quick reply, which is a very good tool. Almost none of them use the booking an appointment form. They just ask for the customer's preferred date and time. And then when they call them back to say, yeah, I can make that time, or how about an hour later? But the qualified leaders come in with an extremely detailed summary of everything the customer has spoken about. So for the lawnmower, it comes back with the land, the block size, if there's any trees in the backyard, if anything else has to be removed, like twigs, if there's any furniture or anything that's blocking for a lawnmower or whippersnipper. Is it fenced? Is it not fenced? Is there anything else you want to do with the property? A lot of people often, sometimes they want the fence resealed and things like that, or sometimes when they organising lawn mowing, it's when their real estate agents use it when they're selling homes, and they'll just want the backyard spruced up, so maybe a little bit of paint here and there, or just some rearrangement of things. So they charge for that. Just drop the paint off. The real estate agent gets the paint, and then they use a duration that, the job will probably take about 55 minutes. It's $3 a minute. And of course, that's all dynamic and negotiated with the tradesperson, with the person who's doing the work, as to their rates and what they want. And they can get a premium because they're able to get a very quick response to the new client, which is very important. But over 300 leads. And as I said, Google Business Profile, I keep saying this, get it organized, whatever it takes, get it organized. There's another thing I would also like to quickly speak about, which happened yesterday. I set up an AI agent for a giant distributor of industrial equipment and supplies. They have customer service teams who they get phone calls, but they don't know honestly, they just don't know the products. I'm not going to mention any names or anything like that. They really just do hire people that are to answer a telephone, and then the person will say, well, I need this. Now, this company also, while they're a distributor, they also sell retail. They sell to the public. The person will call in and go, I want this, I want something to do this, I need it to look like this, I need it to do that. But there was no way for the staff, for the call center staff, to interpret that part or to understand it. So we built an AI agent where the staff, they don't want it to face the customer right now, simply because they have a lot of staff, they have a lot of customer service reps. One of the executives said they need to fire some of them because it's too expensive to employ them. They try to keep them casual, but I said they find it difficult to employ people purely on a casual basis at basically the minimum award rate. It's difficult. And then the full-time staff, they said they've got enough, but the problem is that here in Australia it's becoming almost impossible it's becoming too expensive to hire people. It's a massive risk to take on one new person. And I said, okay, what was so this AI agent is linked to their website and also a spreadsheet which has a list of the products that they have and part numbers and descriptions, of the product, the pricing, etc. And that's secondary to the website, simply because if they were to work on that, it would take 10 staff to work on that spreadsheet. But I was able to develop an AI agent where new products can be added to the spreadsheet through AI by simply copying and pasting a huge bulk amount of information. Then the AI will break that down, ask the business if this is what they mean, and then add it to the spreadsheet. It can also remove things. This is a genius system because it changed everything for them. They can literally just take a photo of the catalog, upload it to AI. AI reads it and says, okay, so this product, this description for this product, that's a product code, and it costs this much for a quantity of 1 to 10, and 10 plus it's 11 plus it's this amount. Is that correct? Yes. And the speed that they're able to get things done now is 10 times faster. Okay. And this is the genius thing that I set up a person in Cambodia who they simply send the image of the catalog and by a messenger service. They don't need any special tool like Zendesk or HubSpot or anything. No, we don't need that. I set it up so it's simple for them. And they've said that was unbelievable, and that cost them $15 an hour, and they're getting 15 pages of the catalog done in that hour. It's like they can't believe this is possible. And I'm like, yeah, it takes a long time to develop it, but I've given universities the capabilities of AI, no problem at all. And if they can do it, you can do it. It's just a matter of your imagination negotiating with the technical reality. So there are some things that can't be done, but this was done, and it's like when I did this, their technology officer said, "This is unbelievable. You are saving us 10 hours a week of work, and we're paying we're paying so little for it." And I don't know where I am. Oh no, I'm in the wrong. I really don't know where I am now. Shit, I've got to turn over here. Don't like this. I don't like the way I just came. So anyway, he's turning around too. Yeah, everybody I heard gets lost around this area. So anyway, oh, you fucking idiots. Bloody. That woman had stopped, then sped up. Anyway, so, woman, I think, looked. Here's the problem here's the problem that I think a lot of tradespeople are going to have next year. I think a lot of you are going to find it very difficult to compete because larger businesses, they're not even needing to spend their own money to do this. They can do this using well, I mean, it's almost, it costs very little. So I was speaking to this business, and they're saying, we are a big distributor and we get inquiries all day long about things. But what we want to do is we want to also offer the installation service, the repair service, basically what the tradespeople were doing. Tradespeople were going in there, buying the equipment, and then doing the work, getting paid. Let's just use some figures, let's just use the word $10, the dollar an hour. So a tradesperson was going in there to buy new shower fittings and charging $10 an hour. But they were going in and buying the shower fittings for $10, and then charging $10 an hour for the installation. It took 2 hours. Okay, we're just making up a number here. And as I was speaking to the person from this business, he said, well, here's what I want to do. I want to charge people the $10 an hour for the installation, and then I'm going to pay the tradesperson $5 an hour for the job. See, we can make more money this way. And I said, well, you can do that, but you can. And he goes, well, can you make an agent that can arrange that? And I said I could make one, but I probably would say no, because I don't think that's right. I think what's better is the tradesperson will get the $10 an hour, but you'll get a finder's fee of, say, $1. So you're going to keep the tradespeople employed. Their cost of doing business will be fine. And he was like, no, because for a lot of things, we don't need to hire tradespeople. We can literally hire people who are on the migrant skilled visa to install this stuff. And I was like, no, you can't. No, you can't. You need highly skilled and trained and qualified tradespeople to do things in Australia because you want them to last a long time. They're like, yeah, but we can do this now. We can hire people who'll do it for $3 an hour, for $5 an hour. But I mean, if tradespeople want to do it for $5 an hour, that's fine. But to change some shower fittings, we don't need a qualified tradesperson. And I said, you may not, but it's better to keep the current clientele and your partners who are coming in and buying the products, keeping them happy. I know I was really not enjoying this call, and the thing is that I was I've been so I'm just trying to play something here. Why isn't that working? So they were saying to me that no, this is going to be the future because we're going to be able to add a new revenue stream by booking in tradespeople, say a plumber, and we're going to have access to a lot of we're going to have access to a lot of these people. And so why shouldn't we make money out of it? There we go. Now we're okay. And I'm like, you know, just for a plumber to have a fully fitted out car is $100,000. But they're trying to create the Uber of tradespeople, which I don't know about you, I have a problem with that. Uber is a broken system, but it's not as though the government is going to regulate against it, simply because the government is not interested in the individual quality of life of Australian citizens now. They're interested in the accumulated revenue stream that they're able to make from the productivity of Australia. So an Uber Eats driver, I've met some and they say they don't even make enough money at the end of each hour to fill their cars up with gas or their scooters with gas. They're not making enough to get off what's it called for the Australian ones, Centrelink. And it's a high turnover job, but the government is not going to stop it because they can still tax this quite easily, automatically through Uber. So they're not going to stop that. But the problem is that the Uber drivers cannot afford the equipment required to maintain their Uber service for a very long time. That's why they have a massive turnover. And I know someone who works at Uber Eats Australia and tells me they have a horrible time keeping anybody, but they know why, and they've built that into the model. And that is what this distribution business company are looking to do, build like an Uber Eats model for tradespeople. And I'm thinking, wait a second, who's going to provide them with the trucks, the cars? These things, they're tools. They're not like tools you buy, you know, they buy tools that cost, spanners can cost hundreds of dollars. Torque wrenches, you know, hundreds of, these things are very expensive. You know, if you've got cracked pipes, some of the equipment they have is thousands of dollars. They have to account for this in their business. And this person from this company said, what we could probably do is have one truck here. They can drive in, get it, and go do the job. And I was like, no, oh, that is just ridiculous. No, I was like, I'm not cool with this. I said, no, this is really bad. I would say the best thing is to give them the $10 an hour, and they'll just pay a finder's fee. $1. They'll be happy with that. You know, imagine if, I mean, it's just like having a receptionist now, an appointment booker now. They're going to pay for them $35, $40, $50 an hour. So that's why I now offer the $9 booking fee, for now anyway. It's going to go up. It has to go up. But the reason is that if a lawnmower, a person a landscaper, is getting $400 to mow somebody's lawn and to whippersnip and you know, clean it up, they're willing to pay $9. In fact, I've been told that is a little bit low. If I included accounting, invoicing, then you know that figure should be a lot higher. And I was like, yeah, but that's right now in Australia we have to go on an incremental basis because in Australia things move slower than say in the US or even Japan or even Thailand, where I built the AI systems for 2 universities there. Australia moves much slower. We're a much more bureaucratic country, and government regulation changes so often that nobody can know one day from the next what to do. And so the qualified lead is about as far as I want to take it until next year in Australia, unless it's specifically required to do other things. So like the courier service, yeah, that's very different. Couriers are now making $3 a kilometre. Some of them are doing $600 to $800 a day. People were willing to pay it because they're able to find these specific short haul routes in between cities and the major suburbs surrounding, and able to get things moved from place to place within 1 or 2 hours. It's very different to a normal courier service where they're packing in 300 or 400 packages in the back of a van and going around all day to dropping them off. It's a different service, but it's working really well. And so Australia moves slower because we're just over-governed, basically. And I have a feeling that while I might say no to introducing the Uber Eats of tradespeople, because it's just, to me, it just sounded repulsive. Well, there are people now in other countries building AI agents who won't care. And they'll build it. But also, I've noticed another thing to mention. I get messages all day now, all day, from people saying, I bought into this AI agent. They send me a link, Go Low or whatever it's called, and all these other agents as well. I don't even know where they find these people. And I have investigated a few of them. wow. All I can say is unbelievable. They build AI agents that are instructed to do things, but they do not add the don't do things instructions. I'll give you an example. And this is simply a language problem with them. They just don't, it's also a cultural thing. For every instruction I tell an AI agent that I build, if I tell it to do something, there's usually a whole bunch of instructions that I use to tell it not what to do. I'll give you a really good example. In one of these AI agents built in another country, I'm not going to mention the country, it's a booking system. The problem is that within the somebody sent me a link to their agent and they said it keeps giving me like a different time, like it's booking things 5 hours too early. So I wasn't able to look at the actual code because you're not allowed to look at the AI agent code. They consider it proprietary. But what I was able to work out, there's a way around things here and there. What I was able to look at is what they've done is they've instructed the AI agent to check the calendar, but they haven't told the AI agent, they haven't given it specific instructions as to the location of the business. So when I put a calendar, an appointment calendar in an AI agent, I will tell the AI agent, look at this calendar. This is our tradesperson's calendar. Now, I will also tell it, give another instruction. The tradesperson is located in this time zone region. We are to only use this time zone region. Now listen, I said, listen, this is very important. I said to it to only use the time zone of the tradesperson, right? But I haven't given it any instructions on not what to do. So then I have to write into it, do not think of any other time zone. Do not use any other region or country's time zone. So now the AI and then I write, do not create a new time slot with a different time zone. Always use the tradesperson's time zone. So I gave it a whole bunch of instructions not what to do. So the AI agent is constantly repeating to itself, do not use any other time zone. Use the tradesperson's time zone. Now, a lot of these other agents don't do this kind of thing because they don't know. It's not in their nature to do this. It's in their nature to say, yes, yes, I can build this. I am the best at doing this. I can do this. It will work 100%. It's built. Now it's failing. Please fix my AI agent. No response. They've got your credit card details already. And this is happening more and more in this country as people go cheap to search for cheaper and cheaper AI agents. There's a reason that businesses, that big corporations in Australia are spending $1 million a year on AI agents because they cost a lot of money to do properly. And it's not as though, and you shouldn't be paying your AI agent US $5 an hour. They should be getting the same amount of money as a tradesperson. And this is a little bit of a common problem in Australia, is that people do tend to think that anybody who's advertising AI agents can actually build them. No, the people that are advertising AI agents in Australia, 9 out of 10 of them are salespeople. They're not making the agent. There's a trick they can do as well. If they give you the test demo right there on the spot, number one, that is a big concern, because there is no way you can produce a demo of an AI agent on the spot. There's hours and hours and hours for every single function of programming required to make it work for you. I mean, I can do an on-the-spot demo too, but the reason that they work is that they're using us. They're falsifying a conversation. That's it. They're not making it a random conversation with an actual customer. And a lot of the time, they're actually typing on the go. But and there's ways to do that. I mean, I have my MBA in digital transformation. I've built AI agents for universities, or in Thailand, that they needed them because their staff didn't have the English language ability. It's Thailand, they speak Thai over there, but they wanted to speak to international students, so I built those systems for them. But I think that a lot of tradespeople are a little bit put off because they do hear of these horror stories. Well, that's of course if you go for people that aren't actual AI developers, or they don't have any skills, any trades in developing AI, and they're easy to spot. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, they can't. They just keep looking at the price, and I tend to think that the marketplace in Australia is like the Australian Consumer Complaints Commission is really slow. It just doesn't act. It's not there to act anymore. It's there to maintain itself, and we're not doing enough to cut out those fraudsters, because they do harm my business. And if they were actually legitimate competitors with the actual developer skills, I would be so happy to work with them, because there's just not a lot of AI developers in Australia. I will be honest, there's probably 2 dozen that I can think of. Probably a dozen I can think of, sorry, but there must be more, but they're not making small AI agents. They're working for Telstra, they're working for Meta, they're working for Google, Now, who are going to end up also jumping in on this tradespeople Uber Eats style thing, because they'll be able to. But I think that one of the biggest problem for the Australian small businesses is they just think they'll be okay. I don't think they're going to be okay. Even Amazon was thinking about services. And once that happens, what do you think is going to happen to the tradespeople? They're going to end up getting $35 an hour for plumbing. And if you don't think, and the problem with Australia right now with the skilled migrant visa, and I'm sure there are skilled migrants coming in, but all Uber Eats need is your passport, not your qualification. So if you've got the skilled migrant visa stamped, you'll have a right to work. What do you think Amazon are going to do? They're going to be just show us your skilled visa. Okay, great, you've got a skilled visa. Yeah, you can be a plumber. And it's like, of course they're going to find a way around it. But then Australians will be competing with people that they just cannot afford to compete with, because these people won't invest the money into the tools. They will go and buy tool sets from, super cheap autos. They won't invest in the high quality equipment. They won't be worrying about making sure that their truck or their van is in tip-top condition. These things don't matter to them. What matters is they get the money in the pocket, and whether it works or not is not of their concern. And I'm actually a little bit since coming back to Australia, I've realised what the Australian government has done. They're lowering the standard of quality of living for everybody, and also the standard quality of service. It has dropped dramatically in 20 years since I was in Australia. And so yeah, that's why I've put together 2 AI agents that make so much sense for tradespeople, service people. The qualified leads agent, and another agent which is you pay per lead. Honestly, everybody goes for the $15 a day option to start with. There's been a few that have added a few other functions to it, but I've been told now we can afford to keep our staff full time with full benefits. We spend, $34 a day, and we're getting an extra $1,000 in work. What was it? I can't read it now. Like 1,000. They work. A carpenter worked it out. He worked it out over the last month. It was like 1,000 and something, 98 or 98 or 89 or something like that. 1,098. He goes, it's unbelievable. But they the reason that they wanted this is they were going to need a casual person, but in his good conscience, he said they're not going to make enough to have a decent standard of living. They should be searching for a full-time permanent position. If I'm to hire someone for 20 hours a week to fill the gaps, it's not as though it's just 4 hours a day they're coming in. It's also an extra 2 hours because of driving, travel, transport. We can't pay them enough. It's a casual job. There's no superannuation involved. This carpentry business, it's just unfair, mate. It's just unfair to them. I would much rather them find a full-time permanent job, and frankly, if it's just getting harder and harder to just hire people. And he said an AI agent will allow me to keep my current staff, but do you believe it could make the leads could work to really bump up the business, so I can afford somebody for permanent full time? And I said, yeah, absolutely. That's a record of there's a history of that happening. Of course, depends on the business. So it says within 3 months I'll be able to hire a permanent full-time person if this keeps going. Makes a lot of sense, but it won't get rid of the AI. Of course not, because the new person will be focused on the productive side of the business. This is amazing. I'm on the M1 highway, or just before Mount Gravatt. Chock-a-block. That's what it means. Yeah, crazy. Anyway, so it's really a game changer for a lot of businesses. And as I said, in Japan they're picking up on this. On the US they've all got it. People are starting to get it. Thailand even. Australia always just seems to be slow reacting. And it's simply because I believe that there is so much bureaucracy here, and we're taxed to the brink, of bankruptcy. So people are more concerned with other things. But I mean, really, the qualified lead agent answer 12 simple questions, and you can get your agent all organized. You don't have to have the full super spreadsheet. You can add that late, in a few months, but just get the great qualified leads. And the other thing is, of course, the Google Business Profile, working out how to use it. It's the most powerful tool out there, and people just do not use it. And I love to promote anybody who has Google Business Profile. I do that for free. And all you have to do is give me the admin privilege, and I can add the booking form there. People are telling me 30% up. I add the booking form into my Google Business Profile. Somebody in Mandurah, in WA, is 30% within a week. We went, we went from they go from one inquiry a day to about 1.3, 1.5. Yeah, well, that's just how it works, mate. Unfortunately, people don't use it. People don't even put their website in the Google Business Profile. Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? Anyway, wow, look at this traffic jam. Nuts. Yeah, I think Australia, I think this country's in for hell next year for a lot of service-based businesses, because there are bigger operators coming in, or people with more money to throw around, and the government allows Uber Eats. They're going to allow an Uber service for like electricians. They're going to allow an Uber service for like mechanics, and you guys won't be able to afford your tools because you'll be competing with people on skilled migrant visas who are willing to do the job. And just like in Uber, all they'll have to do is give the passport. They won't have to prove that they're qualified. That's what Uber does, and somehow they'll get around it. And yes, it means that probably after a few months they'll be booted off, but they've had that few months. This is what this is what I think the plan is. It's very deceptive, but I do believe that's the plan, because I do believe this federal government in particular does not care about the standard quality of living for the Australian citizens. It's much more concerned with its revenue raising capabilities, because I can't understand what it's doing to Australian citizens if it is concerned about the standard of living for Australians. I don't see it being concerned. I see it being disconcerted. We're going to see a lot of people that have borrowed a lot of money to get into homes in the last few years just suddenly find out their home values are down 20%, and they're still going to be paying a huge premium for their mortgage, and they're going to find that their salaries aren't going to go up. We're going to find that the more and more people coming into this country, the more and more they gain citizenship, and the more it puts pressure on the services that we have. I'm also getting messages from people who have come over to Australia, done diplomas of health and nursing. They're not getting jobs, not even in healthcare. There's no more jobs in healthcare. But the government is still giving money to these training organisations, in particular TAFE, to fund these placements. But these people aren't getting jobs in nursing. I met one one of the Uber people who messaged me. She was over from another country and did her diploma, and this is why I thought of the diploma of nursing, because you sent me a message. Did the diploma of nursing and has now started doing the Uber Eats, but on not a car, a scooter. And I said, weren't you coming over because you're a nurse in India? And she goes, yes, but I had to do some extra qualification here, and it turns out there's no job. I've got, and now and she said that she has to live in a share house with like 16 other girls from where she's from. And I'm like, wait a second, it's a 4-bedroom home. And I'm messaging her on WhatsApp. I'm really interested. I've heard of this, but I've never met someone. I've always heard this secondhand. She was saying, yeah, we have 2 bunk beds in each room in a 4-bedroom home in Victoria. I won't say the suburb. I can't remember. Croydon. I think that was it. But anyway, the house is owned by an Indian who sponsored half of them to come over to work in Indian restaurants and a supermarket in Melbourne. And how could 4-bedroom home with 16 people? Whoa, that just doesn't seem right. And she thought she was coming over to become a nurse and earn $150,000 a year and live in her own apartment with her husband. And now she just says, nah, I'm going to have to go back to India because my husband thought he was going to be coming over. Turns out, nope. And so it's a bit of a scam for the foreigners coming. I feel really bad for this girl. She seems like a sweetheart. She seems like a very nice person. And she just said, I feel like I got defrauded by your government because your government granted me this visa and to come over, and I thought I was going to be working in health. Turns out I'm doing Uber. Man, this is going to get a lot tougher here if people don't start concentrating on the most productive, on the really good qualified leads, the productive leads, and are able to offer people a much quicker, instantaneous service to get questions answered, to get their queries sorted. That's my car. BMW i4. It's my others. Anyway, it's I really feel like next year, if you're a tradesperson, a service provider, and you are, number one, you shouldn't be doing the Facebook ads by yourself. You should be asking somebody else to do those for you. You should set yourself up so you're just getting the qualified leads. I'm going to be building an AI agent that will contain every single service person and contractor's details into it, with specific spreadsheets for service personnel to use so they can talk about their products, services, their frequently asked questions. It'll also be built into their website as well. Okay? Now, I think to myself, and then what I'll be able to do is guide people to speak to these contractors, and to make bookings, give specific information, and then that contractor, that service person, will contact them back very quickly. During a work day, 9 to 5, and be able to get that ticket, get that sale. And it's not going to be expensive. As I said, $9. That's not going to go any lower than that. There's also a different option as well if you want your own fully independent agent, and it will. At least it may save it it may do a lot of good, because not like me, I'm taking the money. I'm not taking the money from the customer as this distributor wants to do. You're taking the money and you're paying me a very tiny fee, a very small fee, to get this fully super qualified lead. And if there's no qualified lead, there's no fee. That to me makes a lot of sense. And I will do the Facebook promotion. I will do the I will add information to the Google Business Profile. I'll make sure that that is heavily linked to your Facebook promotions, because I don't think anybody in Australia realizes how powerful Google Business Profiles are. I really don't. I see a lot of people missing that point. Anyway, so if you're interested in this service, you better get in contact with me, because this is going to be a big time game changer, I believe. It's going to do a lot of good. We got to stay focused on productive things, right? And we got to keep the costs down for the mundane, repetitive tasks. That's why I'm setting up a center in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Now you might think, oh, Cambodia, oh, scam call centers. Yeah, they're owned by the Chinese in the north. Completely different. This is going to be Australian MBA managed. Every process that we do will be agreed upon by the business in Australia. It'll be broken down into a series of instructions that'll be followed, but it can be done at a very efficient rate. So you can again allocate the mundane and repetitive tasks to a cost-effective service. Not only that, you'll be adding you right now, I guess in Australia too, there's a bit of a employment crisis around the world. You'll be giving fresh graduates with high English language, the IELTS score, who are graduates in IT, information technology, programming, coding, business administration, from the best universities in Cambodia. Opportunity for employment. And it'll be 1/3 of the cost of an Australian staff member. So once your business builds up that productivity with using your AI agent and using outsourcing mundane and repetitive tasks to a more cost-efficient platform, and I will go over with you the instructions needed to perform your tasks. We will develop a set of instructions to follow. In many cases, we won't even need that. It'll be very automated. And many of these can also be done by AI, but you need to give it the right instructions, and don't leave. You got to leave that to somebody who writes the do not do instructions. And the work that is done in Cambodia will be very good. I mean, I've been over there. The number one, the language skills by the university graduates is better than the Philippines. You got to remember also, Philippines, they speak Tagalog. In Cambodia, in private universities, they use English these days in almost every course. and you'll find at the private universities over there, when they graduate, they have to be fluent in English. They have to be very good. My friend who, and even their accents are fantastic. One of the criteria I have is that they can understand instructions on the telephone. Yeah, there's no problem with that. The other thing is they're entrepreneurial in spirit. They will look at a task and try to repair it themselves. They're highly intelligent. And we will also be doing some work with orphanages to build infrastructure, buildings for schools, and also providing like computers and computer training for kids who don't have parents, which is very common over there. Something I've always loved to do. I did that in Thailand at Gerda House 20 years ago, to the HIV orphanage, which was really, it was difficult. I have to admit, it was quite difficult. But this traffic is so bad. And but that is going to be a service available as well. And the only reason I'm doing that is that I'm finding it's very expensive here. One of the problems with AI is hiring developers. I can do it all myself, so I'm fine, but I can't find developers in Australia, even for $100 an hour, because we don't have many. And if you try to hire people from overseas, you quickly realize they're not AI developers. They're basically, what they want to do is say they'll do it and receive a salary. And they'll send something back, and I know that they're using, basically, they're just using pre-made scripts. So for if your business is a little bit, if you've got two plumbing businesses, you both may have completely different services on offer. House, residential versus commercial. It may be but they're using the same scripts in a lot of things that they make. As I said earlier, there's a way to see what they're doing. There's a way that you can, if you prompt the AI, it'll tell you, I can make it happen. It's kind of interesting. There's really bad English language as well in a lot of their communication. Today, I receive emails all the time from people from other countries saying that they can make AI, but the language emails I get from them is just, I'm like, I don't know if this is, I don't even know what they're trying to tell me. I know what they're trying to sell me, but I have no idea what they're trying to say, and it's a big problem right now in the marketplace. So always go with an Australian who knows what they're doing. Go with somebody who's educated and qualified, done it before. Stop going for the cheapest on the block, because also another thing is, there's right now places, I'm not going to mention their names, they spend $1 million on advertising. They say, oh, we'll give you $50 a month, free for 3 months. Then they've got you locked in. Then suddenly it's $600 a month. That's what they're doing. I don't know why people fall for those scams, but they do. I guess because it's too good to be true, and if something's too good to be true, well, just try it out anyway. I don't know. What is that? Sounded like a rock or something. Anyway, and I'm about a couple of minutes away now. That's good. So there's a very long video. It's a bit confronting. And I think that Australians have to think about the reality. You can't wait around for this. 312 leads overnight. 312, wasn't it? Oh, I can't check my phone. And it's really important to be prepared for what's going to happen. Focus on the high end stuff. So I don't go down there. No. Focus on the productive side of the business. And I guess I do. And yeah, it's a slip road, good. Alright, sorry, I'm just trying to work out where I am. And I drive here and I still can't remember. Focus on the productive side of things. And yes, I know that you're going to still have people calling up by telephone and that's fine. But you got to catch people on the website. You got to catch people in your Google business profile. You got to catch them on social media. You've got to do all that stuff.
500 meters, merge onto M2.
And you got to get yourself going. And that's the most important thing. Anyway, good people, I better leave it, work out where I'm going, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye for now.
Continue for
Alright, now let's check out this place. I wonder if yeah, right. A Ravanish Narayan home. That's Bobby, look at that. That's the handsomest man in Brisbane. Look at this, we've got some Corallans maybe. Brick wall. Uh-oh, the bad people. Hello, little kids. Say hello. Uh-huh, here you go. Happy? Out of here. Whoa, he's in chains. Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, show you. Okay, that's cool. Got it. All right. Let's go check this treadmill out.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, it's down.
Haven't done much to it. It's doing it.
Yeah.
Doing its own training.
All right, let's get down here. Let's have a look.
It's got its own.
Nice
doing.
and dark. Ooh,
Sorry for the mess, but
everything's messy. Look at that. What do we got there? Wow! Wow!
And David, I bought this. A 3-in-1 dumbbell bar set with 20 kilos of weight. You said you don't need it anymore.
Still in the box.
He's doing it.
Papa, where's your skip rope?
Huh?
Where's your skip rope?
Oh, it's upstairs.
That's pretty cool. Look at that. Can it take my weight?
Unless you put this, what's that red? Oh, here. Yeah, that thing has to fit this thing. It's like
Wait, Bobby, you haven't used it yet, have you?
no, I've used it. I've given
okay.
it a run. 5-6 kilometers.
What's that on there? That little. Oh no, I thought it was a sticker.
You want to have a run, David?
No,
But it's-
no.
I've got the sensor thing here. Like it'll be on, and you'll try to punch these buttons. It won't work until the sensor thing is on, and then you try it.
I wonder if there's a setting to turn that off. It must be annoying.
Oh.
And it's very cool.
This is the little training area that you
I know this is the
You want me to do some training from home?
Thug gym.
Yeah. To put this down here, and then over there.
This I am Arnold Schwarzenegger. Look at me lift
With
500
these
pounds.
Tronics running around. I don't know. If you want to hear more about you, David,
Nah,
I'm gonna.
Let's go back up.
I'm gonna search these things out for you, David.
Yeah.
I can't find your
that-
skip rope.
That program is around. It shouldn't be. Yeah, it should be so nice actually. So yeah, dumb course.
Oh, that hurt.
We just need to be in this program. That's all. I think you should ring that number, David.
I'll give you a shot.
I can't touch Greg. Papa, I can't touch Greg. This guy.
Maybe they've got a lot of coins or something that allowing
How's
you.
it great? I need to be I need to be
There's
careful.
a big craze these days, David, of demon hunters for the kids. I think it's like a Korean cartoon. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking to you.
Demon hunter.
Yeah. It's like a Korean cartoon about 3 girls who by day they're singers, and by night they're demon hunters or something.
Oh, well, that's the perfect career for anybody, you know. Like you work all day at Centrelink and then you go home and you become a hunting demons.
Yeah. You must be dreading it, David.
Sorry?
You must be dreading it at times, David. Like, you know, you want to just have a day off or something, you do your stuff, or you got things to. Next minute, David. And you're like, good. Huh? Time to pay the rent. Both already look fit, but that, yeah. That's alright. Just worried about you going in that gym there. A 20-year-old girl's touching your chest and saying you're bloody bigger than that. She shouldn't be bloody touching you. And unless you can tell her, unless you want to pay the rent. You need to recharge that one, Dave. Is it like a small digital camera?
Yeah, it's the Action 6.
Cool.
Look at Bobby eating with his hands. Traditional Indian way of eating.
Same stuff.
Because the reason that Indians do this, but this their tradition is, they sold their knives and forks. That's the only reason.
This is so funny. No, did you? Deal in certain terms of dollars, or is it?
I don't
Or
know.
is this asking you to come over and?
Just asking me to come over and check out what it is they're doing, and I might just run that.
You want to charge something?
No, I'm trying something. I'm just seeing how hot it gets
Oh.
with no battery in it. Yep. Because I can buy a tripod stand with a big battery
Yeah.
that'll last all day.
Does it have that, like the little hole underneath for the tripod? You know, like, or,
Yeah.
or is the tripods are different sizes?
It has a clip-on thing. Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah, man. Might have to get some more of that chickpea.
You want more?
Yeah, I'll get this.
No worries.
I think this is here. For gloves. You can make then when you press this, I'm going to
Okay, no worries. Let's have one more bite. There we go. 3 bites to go. And then we'll change.
And then when you press this,
Who are you talking to, Ahan? Yourself?
yeah,
You're going crazy.
press
Oh my.
this on it, and then
Oh, the game. You're talking to the game.
Oh, you're right, Milo. Oh, take that, Santa. Take that.
then it was
Makes sense to get up to the top, Santa. Oh no, if they can move blocks, we are done for.
then if you do it, if you rise up, then your car is there still.
Oh
Your car is there.
no. And we're so close. We only have 8 seconds left.
I'm gonna hide it.
Let's do this. Come on, just this one time. 3, 2, 1, and Milo, we are the only people that survived.
Shama.
Our base
So it's
won.
hiding from
We
the rain.
did it.
It's a rain. It's storming down here.
Why are they still at
What's happening now?
immigration agents and immigration education agents? Oh man, like, country's full. People can't afford to buy homes now.
Okay. Change. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Milo, this sleepover is going to be so much fun. Hopefully everything goes well enough.
Whoa!
Yeah, this is a huge house. Let's go talk to him. Hey, Jack, how are you going? This is so nice. He says you made it. Oh yeah, we did. Of course we made it. It's a sleepover, Jake. Yeah. Ooh, Jake's gonna show us inside, Milo. He's gonna show us around this cool, rich house. Come on, Jake, we're ready to go inside. Okay, we need to follow our friend. Thank you, objective. Exactly. I'm always on my best behavior. What are we doing?
All right, let's get in the beast. Oh, the red beast. the Hindu Express.
What?
That's a good name for it.
Hindu Express.
Hindu Express. We got a little god there. On the,
Oh, yeah.
That's not Ganesh. Which one's that? You know?
Some gods, man. Oh, but. Oh, this looks good. Damn.
This seems cleaner.
Huh?
This looks cleaner.
Yeah, I do. Gotta go and clean it. Clean it.
Got some. I have a YouTube channel with thousands and thousands of videos that I make. I just keep putting everything there. And
And how can it be monetized?
well, I'm
If it's
just
1,000 clicks?
adding a PayPal link for people to send me money. That's all I do. Just say send me money. You watch the
Someone just
videos.
sent me something like that too about a guy who reckons he's using, he's got a YouTube channel made up, like you can have something there, but he's using AI to make whatever.
Yeah,
And then only just a video which is generated by AI anyway, and puts it together, puts it on the other one.
There's a lot of that stuff.
I mean, but then some people commented that it's going to take a little while. It's not as easy as what he says it's going to be.
No, you got to get 100,000 followers first, and then
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just gotta. There's so many jobs I know at Seek that they could do remotely,
I think what
but the
you need is you need to throw a few resumes into
I'm-
good old Brisbane Bullets.
I'm just emailing them all now. But the one thing I've realised
I think
is,
you'll be a good sports administrator. You
no,
Just
I
wait.
don't.
somewhere in there, just for starters.
I would much rather be making money in Australia living in Thailand or Cambodia, because at least then it's affordable. But there are so many jobs that if they just wrote out the instructions, and I think that a lot of the businesses, they operated for so long, they just don't have instruction manuals. They do this training on the spot. And I noticed this even in Thailand. Like, I went to a university and they just didn't have they didn't have how to do it, or the framework, the guidelines on how to do it. And I was and here in Australia it's sort of the same, and I'm thinking, how do they expect someone just to pick up? It's more than just language, it's also they need a visual and instructions just to follow and go through it and negotiate it with their own mind. So it seems to be a bit. I've got a Filipino shop here. It says Philippines Pinay Gifts.
Huh?
Pinay Gifts. Well, we've got a skinny boy. Skinny jeans.
Skinny jeans.
Ford Mustang. Here we go. 2 Ford Mustangs.
God.
Jeez, they're everywhere.
Probably the wrong time.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, there's one right. Oh no, there's got a yellow thing there. Watch out, the car there.
Oh, God.
Well, there's,
What is he doing? Oh, he's doing the other thing.
yeah.
Oh. This is the nigger parking. Nigger way.
Mm.
Quick one. Maybe I hit.
Smashed in. Oh well, wonder who did that. Probably a fine member of the community.
Well, for Anytime Fitness on their website, get hype and go, oh, bullshit.
Tell them to shut up. Let me sleep. Let me relax.
It's not like anyone's gonna call you and go, show me your training now. Oh, but David's getting that once a week.
No,
Huh?
it's not going to last for much longer. I know that. It's because
Where they let it know, be known this is the last time.
why it's just not in my heart. Do you know what I mean by that? Like,
It's not meaningful.
if it's not in your heart, it's not something that you're
Want to be around.
You're fixated on. That's the word, fixation. You don't have that need for it. You're like, oh, whatever. If I'm bored, I'll do it. But if I'm,
Well, we're gonna get that fixation back, boy.
yeah, I just don't feel it.
Well, looks like the ladies are you know. The ladies. But what happens if you go with one
Just,
and the other one likes you more? Gives you the number, say, hey, you come over. Or she'll come over to you.
I'm
No?
doesn't matter to me. I don't know. I'm just,
Has she seen you before? Probably
Not sure.
has.
that's interesting. They've got one of those public scooter guys going in there. In the police station, Mount Gravatt.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Busy
Scooters a thing now.
dishing out fines, probably. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They're just taking him in because he must have been riding without a helmet, or I think they find them and they take them and they crush them. What a great system.
Is it? Yeah, it's a good thing, isn't it?
If they're riding it on the road, yes, they should have to pay registration.
Yeah.
I keep seeing people near where I live riding those e-scooters without helmets. It's always young kids doing it too. I just kids are gonna have to watch out because you get hit pretty hard by them.
I think Granddad was saying, Shari's parents were saying, yeah, you should get the scooter for the little ones. Back a little while back, they said, you mean the electric one or just normal? So we just gave him a normal one, but yeah, it's just a small one downstairs.
Yeah, I know.
It's not electric, but it's dangerous because the
balance.
No, balance part is alright. It's the hard plastic at the front. The way it's made is made out of plastic, but that plastic portion at the front, like you get the handles, and then the design next to the design in front of the wheel is this hard plastic thing, and it's like it can go through a hollow wall. Because Ahan was doing it at the other house, Shelapa, and it went through the hole. He put a dent in the wall.
The plastic was that hard.
Yeah, it's a hard plastic. I'll show you downstairs. Like,
oh no, it's alright. I've seen a broken wall before.
Just when like it made a hole in the wall, like kind of thing. I had to get like a similar paint or something. A similar paint close to the color of the wall, and just like painted a bit.
Looked alright.
Yeah. And there's also, when you come downstairs, you probably notice there's two like lumps on the wall downstairs. I think one of them, again, was doing the scooter thing, and I think hit the edge of the side and kind of punched a bit of a hole in the wall.
Kids will do it to you.
So I used the same paint and everything to do it.
You fixed up, looks good now?
Yeah. They wouldn't notice it. They just know that it's there. Like there was like a lump there at the bottom.
But luckily, it's not a perfectly new house, so it's difficult to see.
$9.
Well, for a qualified league, when you think about it, and there's a lot of, and also they get a lot of information. It's not just a name and a phone number. It's fully qualified lead. They've gone through a fair bit of information to get this, and they're like, yeah, definitely to get somebody to call me. I need it.
Okie dokie.
All right.
So we need to